video about brush cleaning. I've had a few people asking me how I clean my brushes, what I use, and how often I do it. So I'm just gonna tell you quickly how to do it, or how I do it. I mean, there's different ways how you can clean your brushes, but I'll just show you how I clean mine. I was first using like a homemade brush cleanser. I got the recipe from Encore, but that one didn't really work out for me. I didn't like it. So what I actually just did is I just went out and got a MAC brush cleanser. This one's empty, but I went out and got the MAC one. Another one that you can try that I've really heard good things about is Cinema Secrets. I think that can be ordered online on a few different websites. I would have actually gotten that one, but it's not available here, and I just would have had to ship it over, and it just wasn't convenient. So I use the MAC brush cleanser. Now this is a little bit expensive. I don't know how much this costs in the States, but this costs here about, I think it was 17 Swiss francs for 235 milliliters, which is 7.9 fluid ounces. It is a little bit expensive, but it really works. So, I mean, you can try out the MAC one or try out different brush cleaners like the Cinema Secrets one. I think Ben Nye makes one as well. But I think it's definitely worth it to invest in a proper brush cleaner because it really cleans your brushes really well. So I'll just show you how I use it. Actually, it comes in this bottle, but what I find is that it wastes a lot because it has just like a drip nozzle, and then when you're putting it out, some of the drops get stuck here and then they run down the bottle. Now that doesn't seem like a lot of wastage, but if you clean your brushes as frequently as I do, like I clean them after every use, then that little drop that runs down at every time that you do it, it adds up. So it is wasting quite a bit of product. So what I actually just did is I got this spray bottle. Now this was an old bottle. It had some spray in, like leave-in spray hair conditioner, and when it was empty I just washed it, cleaned it out, and it just has a really fine nozzle, like it's a spray, like a pump spray. So I filled my MAC brush cleanser into this because I find that this is more convenient for myself. And how I usually just clean them is, okay, so here's a dirty brush. Now this one isn't with a really dark one, but I think I can find one that's darker. That's dirty. Okay, like this one. Okay, this has like the dirt in it now. What I would just do is, you can use something like tissue paper, like toilet, or not toilet paper, just like cleaning, you know, like those rolls, I don't even know what they're called. Anyhow, you can use that. That's what I was using originally, but I was actually going through a ton of paper, so I thought that that wasn't very environmentally friendly because I was just wasting so much paper. So what I just use now is a rag. Now this is clean. This is just, I don't know, some rag from I don't even know where it's from. We used to use this for cleaning, but I just make sure it's clean. So I wash this really hot, and it's just cotton. I mean, it's just so that I don't have to use paper all the time. So what you do is you just, what I do is you just take the brush and then I just spray like 1 or 2 times, and because you're spraying, you're actually using less product. So then I just get a clean part and you just start doing little circles, and you'll see that the product starts coming out. Okay, see it's getting darker there? You'll see the product start coming out. So then you just keep rubbing, and that's it. It's almost dry already. There you have a clean white brush again. So I'll just show you again with a different one. Okay, this is the 239, which is dirty right now. I just spray. Okay. Let it run into the bristle a little bit. And just put it and just wipe it back and forth in little circles. And it's so easy. I do this every time after I use my makeup brushes. I use the brush cleaner mostly for my eye brushes. So the larger face brushes, I wash those with shampoo because I find that the brush cleaner doesn't, I mean, it's good for spot cleaning, but it won't get it completely clean in the middle. So there you go, I got a clean brush again. And then you just, you know, once you've cleaned them with the brush cleaner, you just lie them on the side like this, just flat on a table or something. Don't stand them up, because what can happen is the cleaner, if there's anything residue, if it's wet or something, it can go into the ferrule, and you don't want that. So that's how I do my eye brushes. I do that after every use pretty much, because it's so fast. It takes me like 2 minutes or like it takes me like 5 minutes to do, or less, 2 minutes to do all the eye brushes that I used that time. Now the larger brushes, like for example the Kabuki, I mean, you can use brush cleanser with this. You can spray it on a few times and then just run it back and forth if maybe if you're working on somebody else, like if you're doing makeup for a few different people and you need to sanitize in between, you know, you can do it like that, because I think the brush cleanser contains alcohol. So, but for myself, I prefer to wash these brushes with shampoo. So I'll either use Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo, and once in a while I'll also use the Neutrogena anti-residue shampoo, which is like a buildup removing shampoo, but it's actually really gentle. I mean, I use that on my hair sometimes as well, and that really gets rid of all the stuff that's stuck, because this is such a dense brush. I mean, there's no way that the brush cleanser can get all the way down here. I mean, it could, but then you're wasting a lot of the cleanser. So these ones I'll just wash with shampoo, and I wash those, well, according to need, but usually about once a week. So, you know, I mean, I'm only using these on myself. I'm not using those on other people. So that's how I do it. Also, like all the larger face brushes, like the MAC 187, or, you know, like this one, I just used that before, so I would wash these with shampoo, because I just prefer to use the brush cleaner for my eye brushes. Another really cool trick that you can do is if you, for example, like this one, this is the MAC 168. This is a goat hair brush. Now the goat hair brushes from MAC, they have a tendency to splay if you wash them with shampoo. When they're drying, they start to lose their shape. So a really easy thing that you can do, and I'll just show you what I do, is once I finish washing them with shampoo and they're still wet, I just flick them really hard like this. I don't use a towel or anything like that, because it can kind of ruin the shape as well. I just flick it like really hard to get all the water out as much as I can, and then I wouldn't take this one. Usually I just take toilet paper, because you use a lot less. And then I put the brush in the paper, and then I just start, like this one, I would just start rolling it. Okay? And you just start rolling snugly, and then at the end when it's rolled up, you just want to feel, you know, which kind of shape the brush has. So this one is now the flat side here. So then I would just squeeze it a little bit and then lie it with the paper like this, because what'll happen is the brush will dry, but the paper will kind of keep the bristles in place. So then once you finish drying it, then the brush has almost the exact same shape as how it did when you bought it. For example, the 217 by MAC is one that I use a lot, but the thing is that this is a brush that kind of needs to be shaped. So I usually roll this up with paper if I'm washing these with shampoo. I mean, once in a while I will use my brushes. I will wash these eye brushes with shampoo as well. I mean, I do spot treat them after every use with the brush cleanser, but once in a while I do wash them with shampoo and just plain water, and then I will really roll them up in paper just so that they really get their shape back. The 239 doesn't really need to be rolled, but like the 217 really does. It really splays, and then it's kind of hard to use it precisely, because you'll get all these little splayed hairs. So that's pretty much it, how I wash my brushes. Like, I don't, you know, once in a while I wash them with shampoo, and then the eye brushes, I clean those after every use, just because it tends to get a lot of product in them and you don't want them mixing, so I use the MAC brush cleanser for that. And also these bottles, you definitely want to keep these bottles from the MAC brush cleanser, because you'll go through this pretty quickly. I mean, I do. I mean, I don't remember when I bought this, but it's almost finished. This is all that's left. So you can use these for back to MAC. So you just hold on to them, and then, you know, once you have 6 empty MAC items, then you can bring them back. And since I do go through these pretty quickly, you know, definitely hold on to these, because once you get 6 free items, you can get a free lipstick, a lip gloss, or an eyeshadow. So I think that's it on brush cleaning. I hope that answers some of your questions. If you have any other questions, you know, feel free to ask me in the comments, or, you know, send me a message or something. But I think that pretty much covered how I clean my brushes and what I use, and, you know, how frequently I do that. So yeah, that's it. So I hope that was helpful to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.